Hey, this is Jason Ross, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I am here in the studio with Jason Ross, and I'm super excited, man. This new single, the moment I listened to it, I reached out and I was like, I feel like emo Rob just came back into life, into existence. Like, it really hit me instantly, and I felt like it was just the right timing of the types of words you were relaying on this track. Talk to me a little bit about that creative process of Wake Up and what really kickstarted that idea of this song in the first place.
Yeah, Tyler Fairlane and I have been talking for a while about collaborating, and yeah, we kind of just he had a vocal, and I loved it. Wake Up, and yeah, we kind of just built the song around that. That's kind of how it all started off.
Yeah. For you, when you get to collaborate with so many different artists, how different does that creative process kind of evolve within every single track that you create?
It's all different. I can get the vocal first, or I could have like an instrumental melody that I send to someone that I think
Mhm.
could build off of that. Every song in collaboration is so unique, and I love collaborating because it's so unique, it's so fun, and yeah, it's just such a cool process for me.
Yeah. Now, when the two of you got together for this song in particular, like what was that chemistry like between the two of you? Are you used to collaborating together? Like, was this like the first time that you really got to be in the studio together? Like, what was that vibe like?
It was the first time that we've collaborated. I've been a fan of his music for a long time, and we bring such unique things to the table. Tyler plays guitar,
Mm.
so you'll notice like it has more of like a rocky kind of vibe to it, which he just laid out, and it sounded amazing. Yeah, and I bring in my big chords and emotional vibe to it. But yeah, this one was great. I think we just both brought something unique to the table.
Yeah. When you came in to the session and brought, you put in your 2 cents of it after he put in his, how did you kind of create these two different worlds and kind of
Mhm.
make them fall in love together or fit perfectly together?
I think when like a collaboration really flows well, it's like, you know, I would go and start the song, build it out, and then I would send him the project.
Mhm.
He would do his thing, and then when he sends it back to me, I'm like, I get more excited and more inspired, and it just builds off of that.
Yeah.
Sending them back and forth. We weren't in the studio collaborating. He lives in Denver, but we would just send the project back and forth, and just get inspired and build off of it, and until we were both like, this is good, this is
Yeah.
great.
To add more meaning to the song, it's the first release off your upcoming debut EP for Monstercat. So why did you feel like this was the song to kind of open up this new audience to?
Um, I think because it just had like that, I don't know, it just felt like a strong single. We played a show together in New York on New Year's Eve, and we wanted to get the song ready, and just it's just been like a fan favorite for
Mhm.
so long. I just knew that this was going to be like the focus track of the EP. It's just, I'm so excited about it. We're so excited to put it out, and I think the fans have just been waiting a
Yeah.
long time for this.
How different was the creative process for this EP?
Um, Man, every EP or LP is so different. This one was just super fun to work on. With the EP being called Divergence,
Mhm.
it's sort of me kind of exploring genres outside of what I normally create. So like every song on the EP has a different vibe and different genre, different
Yeah.
style. There's hard style. There's like emo, punk rock, melodic bass style. There's trance, progressive house. So I call it Divergence because it's kind of like an exploration
Mhm.
outside of what I normally kind of make, but it still sounds like
Yeah.
Jason Ross.
So did you purposely want to put yourself out there, like kind of step out of that comfort zone? And what kind of challenges did you feel that you faced during this process?
Oh my gosh. I mean, the EPs, I kind of treat them as like experiments in a way. And I feel like it's my way of doing exploratory, seeking outside of my normal thing. I think that's what keeps me inspired and keeps me excited.
Yeah.
Is to try new things, take inspiration from other genres.
Mm.
Like hardstyle. Like there's like a hardstyle song, uh, which I've been playing out called "No Tomorrow." Um, so yeah, I think it's just that's what keeps me as a producer excited and keeps things fresh for me, trying out new styles. And this EP was just a great way to explore more.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that.
I feel like when artists like are songwriters and they create lyrics, I feel like it's hard not to use the same types of words, sentences, or just
Mhm.
topics within every song that they release, right? So for you, like using the same kind of style, sounds, how do you keep it fresh every single time? How do you try something new? Like, is this something that you actively go into it each session? Like, I don't want to do this again. Like, I
Mhm.
want to try something different, or is this just naturally just happens once you start creating?
I think sometimes I have a theme going into writing sessions of
Mm,
like, oh, I want to talk about this. My last album was called Atlas, and the theme was talking about what home means to you. So kind of giving that theme to the writers, and but for this one, I kind of just um, let the artists or the writers, the vocalists, kind of take it and run with it. Based off of like whether it's an instrumental that I send them,
yeah.
taking that emotion or that vibe of the song and writing based off of that. Um, yeah, each session is different, and I've also worked with new vocalists.
Mm,
Oliver the Kid. Never worked with him, but we've
nice.
been talking for years. Lenny is on a song, and yeah. So it's really just I'm not a huge writer in terms of like lyrics myself,
Hmm.
but we find really good vocalists that we kind of trust, and we talk beforehand, and um, yeah, every song is different, and it's really whatever how they connect to it, and
Yeah.
if that aligns with me and my vision or my um, yeah, my brand, or
Yeah.
yeah.
What is that process for you though when you're like giving music out to vocalists to,
Hmm.
to hopefully add to your EP or to
Yeah,
your music? Do you go through this process of like researching vocalists that you've been a fan of?
totally.
Do you just try and dabble with new artists? Like, how do you go about that as far as like finding and discovering new vocalists? Because that's where I find a lot of my vocalists, through like electronic artists.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. It's for me, it's exploring like Spotify. Listening to friends of mine that work with other artists. Other vocalists.
Mhm.
Searching just like the new, all the new updated Spotify playlists.
Yeah.
Doing my own research. And even vocalists I've worked with before. I
Yeah.
just love working with. Dia Frampton is like
Yes.
a
Megan
common.
Dia. I grew up with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
She's like amazing. We've worked on so many songs together, and she's just so consistent.
Yeah.
She gets my brand. She gets like the music, and she's not from the electronic world, which I love.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, so she just brings something always like unique to the table that I just love. Um, but yeah, and I'm always kind of exploring for other vocalists that I think align with my music. So it's never ending, and that's what keeps it exciting.
Yeah.
I'm not a vocalist, so like I think I would get a little bored of my voice if I was on every single song. And I think that's what is exciting for electronic music as a
Yeah.
whole. It's like I'm the producer, I'm the DJ, but I bring in new people and new vocalists, and that's what makes my music, I think, just unique and fresh, because you could just bring in anything. For Oliver the Kid, for that song,
Mhm.
Space Between, I actually went to the studio with him, and we recorded all this guitar. We recorded his vocal in that room, and we kind of just like vibed off each other. And I was like, oh, that guitar lick is cool. Let's try it a new way. So
Yeah.
that was a new thing for me on this EP, is the instrumentation. Some of the songs like Wake Up, Space Between have live guitar, which I haven't really done before. That's what makes making music, like this cool, and trying, with an EP, just trying new things. That was the goal here. Just
Yeah.
try new things, explore and bring in inspiration from other genres. And, you know, that's what made this EP really, really cool for me.
With this EP, how you mentioned like you brought in these live guitars, how did that change like the cadence or the BPM of the music that you were creating for this EP?
Um, I kind of figure out the BPM and the vibe before
Mm,
going. You know, with Wake Up, we had the vocal demo, so we already had the tempo in place, and we kind of worked around that, which was great. It was a tempo I've never really. It's like 117 BPM,
mm.
which is a vibe. It's really cool. And I've never done music in that tempo before. But you know, there are cases where I have an instrumental, we send it out to a vocalist, and it's too high of a vocal range for them. So I have to
Mm.
kind of like work it around them. So there are cases where, you know, if we're going in with like a stripped down instrumental, you know, I might slow it down. We might speed it up. We might pitch it up or down. It's just case by case kind of thing of what works for the song, you know, and what kind of genre we want to go with.
Yeah.
Hard style, we're going to speed it up. Um, yeah, it's just a case by case.
When it comes to all the songs that are on the EP, like was there a particular song that really kind of challenged you? Whether it was like finding the right vocalist or like just kind of being able to nail the right kind of tempo for it, or even just finalizing it.
Um, every song it has its own challenges. Every song. I mean, what I've learned is there's no shortcut to like finishing songs or
Right.
creating songs. You have to go, you know, if you want to make great music, you really have to just go deep, you know. Um, and that's like through the creation process, the mixing,
Mm.
the mastering, finding a good vocal, um, you know, balancing it all out. Um, if I had to choose one song, there is one song on the EP that doesn't have a vocal.
Oh,
Yeah, it's an instrumental. And I think that was challenging for me because I've just been writing so many vocal songs.
yeah.
And I wanted to challenge myself to just make one song that kind of has like a piece of me from when I was just getting started
Hmm.
in electronic music. I got started making instrumentals. So part of the EP was to try new things, but also, you know, put like a new spin on my older music
Hmm.
and kind of make a fresh take off of that. That was a challenge because I it's easy to fill up the space when you have a vocal. You kind
Yeah.
of work around that. But filling up the space without a vocal is a challenge in itself. So I think that was probably the more challenging one. The last song that was finish off the EP, and I wanted it to be great and stand on its own. And yeah, that was a challenge, but I'm really stoked how it turned out.
How do you know when you don't have the vocal to kind of fill in that space, like you mentioned? How do you know when it's done? I feel like it's
Um,
it's easy to just keep adding stuff to it,
yeah,
right? Like,
it is. It is. I mean, deadlines kind of help. Because the song is never finished, but
yeah.
there comes a time where you just have to say, all right, this is good. But there's always that for me. There's that always that intuition where I feel like it's ready. I
Mm.
feel like it's done. You know, I listen through one last time, and I can't find anything else that's wrong with it or that needs to be tweaked. Um, for me, it's an intuitive thing, and I think the more you make music, the more you kind of strengthen that intuition.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So yeah.
I want to jump back and talk a little bit about Dia real quick, just because I'm curious, like how you first discovered her voice, and what made you really want to bring her into your tracks, and what made you actually feel that that voice was perfect for your tracks.
Um, yeah. I actually didn't know that she was in a band with her sister before,
Yeah.
but once I released a song, people are like, "Oh my God, Megan Dia!" I'm like,
They're
"Who?
back.
They're back!" Yeah. Am I like my two worlds colliding? This is crazy. Um, and then I saw that she was on The Voice and
Yeah.
stuff, so I did my research. I think I heard of her on an Millennium song. Oh yeah, a Millennium
Okay.
song.
Yeah.
Needed You, which I ended up remixing
Yeah.
for Millennium. And then I was just like, she's amazing. Like, let's see if we can work with her. And she was just so down and so open to work together. And I think the first song we made was damn, I'm blanking right now on that. Oh, I think it was "Don't Give Up on Me," um, and I had an instrumental. We sent it to her. She sent it back, and it was just she just like got my I don't know my vibe and my she nailed the emotional, kind of vibe that was on the song.
Damn.
Where it was like I didn't even need to like communicate, this or that. She just knew it. And I think that's what's like really great about her. It's like I can send her anything and
Yeah.
she could just nail the vibe. That can be sometimes a challenge with vocalists where it's like they do their thing, but there's kind of like a disconnect.
Yeah.
Instantly, she just meshes with the song. So it just makes it so much easier and fun to work with her. And she's just a cool person in general.
You're about to go on tour. And I'm curious, like, how different is your tour from what we listened to on the EP? How do you change it up every time you go out on the road?
Oh man, it is every time like I have a new tour or pretty much every set is like unique and I build it from scratch.
Yeah.
Um, but when it comes to tour, I start with a blank slate. I do a lot of preparation beforehand just because I'm weaving through different genres.
Mm-hmm.
When I was just getting started, it was just trance music and it was like one tempo and I
Yeah.
can kind of go on the fly and, um, but when you're weaving genres, you kind of have to do a little preparation and you want to sync it to the visuals. And it's a whole, 5, 6 month kind of preparation, building up to the tour. Um, so yeah, it's a whole new set. It's all this new music, even music that's not on the EP is going to be on playing on the tour.
Yeah.
Um, I'm really excited. I love playing new sets. It's exciting for me to be on the road and uh, showcase the new music and the new set. So, but yeah, it's I put a lot of work into it, in because I want to give my fans a unique experience
Yeah.
and not just go to the show and just hear the all the music that they've heard before. I want to showcase it in a new way, new edits, new remixes they haven't heard.
Mm.
So I'm really excited about it.
Do you change your sets much when you go from like a festival to like your own kind of tour? Like, does the style of the music that you want to perform change at all? Like, or is it now more focused because it's your tour?
Um, it really, yeah, it's based off of if I'm playing like a big festival or main stage, it's going to be catered more to like the main stage
Mm-hmm.
and mainstream crowd. Whereas a tour, I can kind of do my own thing. There's people that are coming, they're more educated, I think, in my music, so I can kind of dig deeper and go through my catalog and pull some new songs that I haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
Whereas a festival set, it would be play the hits and play maybe some vocals, more mainstream vocals, get people excited. But yeah, every set is unique,
Mm-hmm.
and it's based on and there could be a time where I got to read the crowd. Maybe this in a festival, maybe they're not vibing, so you kind of got to take a left turn. So it's like
Yeah.
being prepared for where you're playing, but also kind of having backups where you can slide a new song in or slide this song in, and based on the vibe and the energy of the time of day. There's so many variables.
Yeah.
It's just being prepared and knowing where you're playing. But with my tour set, I can kind of do my own thing, and that's what really excites me about doing my own tour.
Yeah. Jumping back to being able to explore with live guitars on this EP, do you feel like that's going to open a new lane for you with music moving forward? Like, is that something that you want to continue to focus on?
Yeah, I've always loved live instruments on my music. I just haven't explored that much, and that was a big thing for the EP of wanting to try it out.
Mm.
And I would love to do more live instrumentation. Maybe I play the sax, so maybe even incorporate that maybe
Nice.
down the line. But it's really
Have
it
you
was
not
yeah,
incorporated it yet?
not yet. I almost did it on. I had a collab with Dabin, and I had the sax on, but I just got cold feet, so I pulled it like last minute. I pulled it out. Um, but that is something I would definitely love to explore more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it'll change the sound of your music if you add the sax to it?
No, because I think my leads are very uh like unison. Like there's like,
Mm.
one note, just very, very much like a sax.
Yeah.
So I think if anything, I would swap it out for the sax,
Ah,
the big leads, but who knows? Maybe it'd be like a layer. The sax has a great like kind of tone, so it could be like a nice layer over with the leads. So
yeah.
I don't know if it would be like the main focus, like who's that saxophonist, the DJ?
Um,
Yeah, Grizz. Yeah.
oh, I was thinking of someone else, but
Like I don't think I would be like a Grizz where I'd like be
yeah,
playing live. I think
Grizz
that's
is
just
dope though.
yeah, he is dope. But I think if anything, it could be like a layer
Yeah,
into we'll
that
see.
that's awesome. Now, throughout this process of creating this debut EP for Monster or on Monstercat, what did you learn about yourself that you didn't know prior about your creative process or about things that you could do or could not do with your music?
Um, I think it just gave me more confidence in trying new styles and not being afraid to try new styles
Mm,
out. And yeah, so like I've never made a hard style song, and I did it, and it's on the EP. So I think that was like a good like confidence booster of like you can try new things.
yeah,
You shouldn't be afraid. Um, I started out making trance, and then I kind of evolved and started making more melodic dubstep and evolved, and I've now evolved even more where I'm just kind of like making whatever feels right to me
yeah,
in that moment. And I think, with our show, with my shows too, the past few years, I've kind of gone out of my comfort zone and started dropping psytrance and, you know, uh, hardstyle and all this stuff. And the fans are like loving it, which is really cool to see. So it's kind of like becoming almost like a curator of like making music that I love, and my fans have that trust in me
yeah.
where like they're open to it, and that's what makes me so stoked with like the fan base that I have. They're so open and trusting in me. Yeah, and I think the EP is just showcasing more of that style of just me exploring and trying new things.
Dope, man. Well, thank you so much for bringing me into your space. I'm excited to hear the rest of this EP and see everything that you've been talking about. You guys be sure to check out Jason Ross. The new EP or the debut EP, Divergence, is out September 19th, and catch him on tour kicking off September 13th in Boston, Massachusetts. And thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.